Welcome to Free You. In the middle of our busy lives, there is something we often forget: the simple, quiet power of stillness. Every day we are surrounded by sound, movement, and endless activity. Phones buzz, deadlines press, conversations overlap. Yet, deep inside, there is a soft voice that whispers, "Pause, breathe, return." Have you heard it? That longing for one peaceful moment? It is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is the natural guidance of the soul. Stillness is not emptiness, it is presence. It is the presence of life in its purest form, uncluttered, unhurried, and unshaken. In this video, we will explore how stillness heals, how it restores the body, calms the mind, softens emotions, and gathers back the fragments of our scattered energy. Together, we will walk into the heart of silence and discover that within it lies a medicine the world desperately needs. Think about your own life. Have you ever felt that even when everything looked fine on the outside, work completed, family cared for, goals achieved, something was still unsettled inside? A sense that all the noise and motion did not really touch the place that longed for peace? That longing is universal. It appears in moments of exhaustion, when you close your eyes after a long day. It appears in moments of success, when you realize achievement alone does not fill the heart. It appears even in joy, whispering that behind all experiences there is something deeper calling you home. That something deeper is found in stillness. But many misunderstand stillness. They see it as doing nothing, wasting time, or escaping responsibility. Yet, the truth is the opposite. Stillness is not withdrawal from life. It is entering life more fully, more consciously, more lovingly. Imagine a lotus bud resting in the water. At first it is closed, quiet, hidden. But slowly, as the sun rises, the petals begin to open. Golden light spreads outward, touching the surface of the pond. The flower reveals its beauty, not by effort, but by simply being itself. Stillness works the same way in us. When we allow silence, the petals of our being open. Our natural beauty, wisdom, and strength shine without force. Healing does not come through rushing, pushing, or controlling. Healing comes when we stop, breathe, and allow ourselves to be touched by stillness. Today, let us enter this unfolding together. Let us see how silence, so often feared or avoided, is actually the most faithful companion of our growth. For in silence we rediscover who we are, beyond noise, beyond roles, beyond fear. Stillness is not just a pause in life, it is the ground of life itself. Life today moves at a speed unknown to previous generations. We wake up to alarms, open our phones before opening our eyes fully, and are instantly flooded with messages, news, and images. The day continues in the same rhythm: constant meetings, responsibilities, social media updates, entertainment on demand. On the surface, it looks like progress. Technology has given us access to comfort and connection. But beneath the surface, many feel exhausted. The nervous system, designed to handle brief stress, now faces stimulation every minute. Our minds are trained to jump from one task to another without rest. The result is a silent epidemic: fatigue, anxiety, and disconnection. People speak of burnout, yet even vacations feel restless because the habit of noise continues inside. We live surrounded by sound, but rarely touch true silence. This constant noise carries a hidden cost. The body grows tense, Shoulders tighten, breath shortens, and sleep becomes shallow. The mind grows restless, unable to focus deeply. We chase information, but wisdom feels out of reach. The heart begins to feel hollow, as if something essential is missing. This is why so many today feel both busy and empty, full of activity, yet starved of meaning. Noise in itself is not the enemy. The world will always have sound and motion. But when we forget how to pause, when we never allow stillness, then noise controls us. It fills every corner, leaving no space for reflection, no space for rest, no space for the soul to breathe. Without silence, we may achieve much, but we lose touch with ourselves. Consider again the image of a lake. When strong winds sweep across it, the surface ripples, mud rises, and the water grows cloudy. Nothing can be seen clearly. But when the wind stops, when the surface becomes calm, the water reflects the sky, the mountains, and the light with perfect clarity. Our inner life is exactly the same. When we are swept by constant noise, whether external or internal, clarity disappears. We cannot see what matters. We cannot feel deeply. But the moment stillness returns, everything changes. Like the lake, we begin to reflect truth again. We begin to remember our depth. This is why stillness is not a luxury. It is a necessity. In a world that moves so quickly, silence is medicine. It resets the body, balances the mind, and nourishes the spirit. Without stillness, we live like leaves blown by every wind, tired, reactive, disconnected. With stillness, we become like trees, rooted, steady, able to weather storms. The choice is always before us, to continue rushing without pause, or to remember the healing power of quiet. The world will not slow down on its own. But inside us, there is always the possibility of stillness. It waits, like the calm beneath the surface of the lake. It waits, like the lotus bud ready to open in the sun. So what is stillness, truly? Many imagine it as the absence of sound or movement, but that is only the surface. Real stillness is not about forcing the world to be quiet. It is about finding an inner space that remains calm, even when life continues around us. Birds still sing, cars still pass, conversations still happen, but within you there is a deeper presence. This presence is not disturbed by noise. It is like the sky. Clouds drift, storms appear, yet the sky itself is untouched. In the same way, stillness is the spacious awareness beneath thoughts, emotions, and events. When you touch this space, you are no longer carried away. You remain grounded, clear, and free. Stillness is not escape. It is not withdrawing from life or refusing to feel. On the contrary, it is meeting life more deeply. When you are truly still, you become more sensitive, not less. You hear more clearly, see more vividly, love more sincerely. Stillness sharpens presence. It allows you to experience a sip of tea, the warmth of sunlight, or the breath in your lungs with profound clarity. It is not about stopping the world. It is about fully arriving in the world, without resistance. Think of a mountain. Winds blow around it, clouds cover it, rain falls against it. Yet the mountain remains steady, unmoved. Stillness is like that mountain within us. It gives us the strength to face life without being shaken by every storm. Another image is the calm lake we spoke of earlier. When its surface is quiet, it reflects the beauty of the sky. In the same way, when our mind is still, it reflects truth. This is why silence has been honored in every wisdom tradition. In stillness, we see clearly. In stillness, we meet ourselves. The first dimension of healing begins with the body. Most of us live in a constant state of tension, shoulders tight, jaws clenched, breath shallow. This is the body's way of surviving in a world that never pauses. But the body was never designed to live in stress all the time. It longs for rhythm, for balance, for rest. Stillness gives it that chance. When you sit quietly, even for a few minutes, the nervous system begins to shift. Heart rate slows, blood pressure balances, and the breath deepens naturally. Muscles soften, and the body remembers how to heal itself. Science confirms this. Stillness lowers cortisol, strengthens the immune system, and improves sleep. It is not doing nothing. It is giving the body space to repair and renew. Think of how nature heals itself. After a storm, the earth does not need us to fix it. Given time and stillness, rivers clear, trees reroot, flowers bloom again. The body works the same way. When we step out of constant pressure and into quiet, the body restores its own rhythm. Stillness is not laziness. It is medicine. It is like sunlight on the skin or water soaking the roots of a tree. Without it, the body weakens, no matter how much effort we make. With it, the body finds its strength again, not through force, but through natural renewal. The second dimension of healing is the mind. Our thoughts often feel endless, planning, worrying, remembering, analyzing. They race like a wheel that never stops turning. Over time, this mental noise becomes exhausting. We call it overthinking, but really it is simply the absence of stillness. When we invite stillness, something remarkable happens. Thoughts begin to slow, like snowflakes drifting gently to the ground. Space appears between them. And in that space, we realize a truth. We are not our thoughts. We are the awareness that observes them. This simple shift is liberating. Suddenly, the mind is no longer a prison, but a wide-open sky. Clouds come and go, but the sky remains free. In stillness, focus sharpens. Creativity awakens. Insights arise naturally, not by effort, but by clarity. Think of great scientists, artists, or spiritual teachers. Many of their breakthroughs came not in frantic activity, but in quiet moments of reflection. Stillness allows the mind to rest, and in that rest, wisdom surfaces. Without stillness, the mind repeats old patterns. With stillness, the mind discovers new pathways. That is why silence is not just restful, it is profoundly intelligent. It allows us to see what constant noise hides. The third dimension of healing touches the heart and emotions. Feelings are like waves, sometimes gentle, sometimes overwhelming. When we resist them, they grow stronger. When we drown in them, they control us. But stillness offers a third way. It allows us to sit and simply witness emotions, without judgment. In stillness, sadness softens, anger cools, fear loosens its grip. We begin to see that emotions are not permanent. They rise, crest, and dissolve like waves in the sea. They carry energy and messages, but they are not who we are. By giving them space in silence, we allow them to move through us, rather than becoming stuck inside us. Think of grief. When we resist it, it lingers in the shadows. When we collapse into it, we feel lost. But in stillness, grief can be fully felt, honored, and gently released. The same is true for all emotions. Stillness does not erase them. It transforms our relationship with them. It teaches us compassion, to hold our inner storms with patience, as a parent holds a child. In this holding, healing begins. The heart finds its natural rhythm again. This is not detachment. It is presence. Presence so deep that even pain begins to dissolve in its light. Finally, stillness heals us on the level of energy. We are not just bodies and minds, we are fields of vibration. Every thought, every emotion, every action shapes our energetic field. When life is noisy and stressful, energy becomes scattered. We feel fragmented, depleted, disconnected. But in stillness, energy gathers back. It is like a lamp whose light was diffused in every direction. Suddenly focused, it becomes bright and powerful. In the same way, silence realigns our vibration. It clears away heaviness and restores harmony. This is why people often feel lighter, brighter, and more alive after even a few minutes of true stillness. Energetically, stillness is like pressing the reset button. It washes through us, dissolving confusion, balancing our aura, raising our frequency. From this higher vibration, life itself responds differently. We begin to attract clarity instead of chaos, connection instead of loneliness, abundance instead of lack. Stillness is not passive, it is profoundly active. It is the foundation for living in alignment with the universe. Without it, we are pulled by every outer force. With it, we flow with life's natural rhythm. This is the power of silence. It restores not only our body, mind, and heart, but the very energy that shapes our reality. Stillness may sound beautiful in theory, but how do we bring it into daily life? The first way is simple: conscious breathing. Whenever you feel stressed or overwhelmed, pause and take 3 slow, mindful breaths. Let the air enter deeply, fill your lungs, and leave gently. Notice how your shoulders drop, how your heart slows, how your mind begins to quiet. This practice takes less than a minute, yet it changes everything. Breathing with awareness is like opening a door into stillness. It reminds the body of safety, the mind of spaciousness, and the soul of its true home. Another way is to begin your mornings in silence. Before touching your phone, before diving into tasks, give yourself 5 minutes to sit quietly. Feel your breath. Listen to the subtle sounds of the morning. Notice the light entering the room. These few minutes become an anchor for the entire day. Throughout your routine, you can also invite stillness into ordinary actions: washing dishes slowly, drinking tea with presence, or walking without rushing. When done mindfully, these simple acts become gateways into silence. Stillness can also be cultivated through boundaries with technology. Try switching off devices for 30 minutes each day. Notice the spaciousness that appears when you are not pulled in every direction. And finally, spend time in nature. Sit beneath a tree, listen to birdsong, or watch the sky change colors. Nature is a living teacher of stillness. It does not hurry, and yet everything unfolds. The more you rest in natural silence, the more you realize that stillness is not something you create. It is something you remember. It is already here, waiting patiently beneath the noise. As we come to the close of this reflection, let us remember, stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is the quiet ground from which life renews itself. In stillness, the body restores, the mind clears, the heart softens, and energy realigns. We do not need to escape the world to find it. Stillness is here, in this very breath, in this very moment. The world outside may be noisy, but within you, there is a space untouched, steady, and alive. So today, I invite you, take 5 minutes. Sit quietly. Breathe gently. Let silence reveal its healing power to you. And if this message touched your heart, I warmly invite you to share your reflections and to subscribe for more journeys into wisdom and healing. Together, we can plant seeds of stillness in a noisy world. The lotus of silence is already blooming within you,